For the 100% cheapest coins on the internet with reliable delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor MMOEXP by clicking the link at the top of the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Salsals of Emily, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 21 video on the channel, and in today's video we have my no money spent strategy update. In this one, I'm going to be going over my favorite players on my team, some adjustments that I've actually made to my scheme, talk about some cards that I'm looking to get in the future, and kind of just give you guys the whole rundown on how my team's been doing and what I plan on doing with the future of my squad. Now, I honestly do really enjoy making these videos. They give you guys a little bit of an insight into the way I build my team, and if you want these more often, maybe every couple of weeks or every month, be sure to leave a like down below and I will most certainly do that. If we can get up to 2,000 likes on this video, I'll actually give away 200,000 coins. Obviously, a lot of you guys watching are no money spent players. We're all broke boys. We ain't nothing but a broke boy, FDC. But yeah, where was I? If we can get up to 2,000 likes on the video, I will add a code word in the pinned comment, and the first person to DM me that code word will be winning them coins. So yeah, be sure to leave a like down below and check back when we get up to 2K. And without further ado, let's hop into this one. So let me start it off by overviewing my team, some of the adjustments that I've made to my squad recently, and whether I like the changes and would recommend you guys follow them. So starting it off, probably the most notable change that I made is a new quarterback. We picked up Rich Gannon, who is one of the only QBs in the game. I think he's actually the only quarterback in MUD that is actually going to give you Hot Route Master and Gunslinger. Now, do I like this change? I honestly don't know. I'm considering switching back to just a Gunslinger quarterback that gets the strong arm archetype. Currently, Gunslinger is costing me 3 AP, and to be honest, Rich Gannon isn't the best QB in Madden. He doesn't play like the best quarterback, he just gets the best abilities. So I'm thinking of switching back to a different quarterback and potentially just putting route abilities on my wide receivers. That is certainly up in the air. Rich Gannon, I don't know that I love him. I don't know that I can completely recommend him, but at the running back spot, we have someone that I completely recommend. That is 97 overall AK-41. This card is just special, man. This card breaks so many tackles without me even trying. I'll catch the ball, there'll be a defender in front of him. I don't have time to juke, I don't have time to spin. I'll literally just run into the defender and he like sheds off the tackle and keeps going. It's insane. I 10 out of 10 recommend this AK-41. In terms of receivers, I think the only real upgrade we made here is Calvin Ridley. He's an awesome, not really budget beast receiver, but kind of like a mid-tier option, selling at about 200k. I think that he is an absolute must. There's no excuse why you shouldn't have the card if you're like a 93 or 94 overall. The rest of the team has not really been adjusted that much. I'm still rocking with Edge Protector on both of my tackles. Identified is actually a really nice ability right now. It is only going to cost you 1 AP, so it went down in price, and I feel like it's honestly really important. If you guys watch my gameplays, Identified allows me to see where my opponent is usering before I snap the ball. So let's say, for example, we have a read on the right side of the field and we have a read on the left side of the field. If I can see that he's usering on the safety or middle linebacker on the left side, I'll look to the right. If I can see he's usering on the right side, I'll look to the left. It just helps me out so much in my offense, and I would definitely recommend it. And then finally, we have Tyreek Hill with Route Technician. Man, this ability is actually really overpowered. I didn't realize it until I started using it, but Route Tech is something you guys gotta be putting on your receivers, at least one receiver, because against one step ahead, this Route Technician ability is going to ensure that we literally cook them up on almost any route. Very big fan of that. I would say my favorite players on my offense right here are Calvin Ridley, Alvin Kamara, as well as maybe Jonnu Smith. Those are probably like my top 3 cards in terms of abilities. I feel like Identified, Route Technician, and Gunslinger are probably the top 3 abilities that I use on offense. So yeah, let's move on to the defense right here. Now, before we actually move on to the defense, I want to actually talk about some adjustments that I've made to the defense while we open up some of my weekend league rewards and kind of just get as much value as possible from these. As you guys can see, we only did end up winning 16 games last weekend, or 17 games, which is not very good. In the past, I'd been able to get up to 20 or 21 wins, at least 18 wins, so it was a very bad weekend for me, and I feel like the reason why was my defense. It was time for me to switch up my defense. As you guys know, the whole game has kind of changed a little bit with the fact that we can now get 12 ability points on defense. I was going up against a lot of people that were running either one step ahead corners, so that's like really good man coverage and blitzing a lot of people, or what they were doing is actually only rushing like 2 or 3 and mabling off both sides of the field. Now, mabling essentially means means you put a hard flat and then you put a curl flat, so you're gonna have the short and the deep covered. So yeah, I played against both of those schemes and I knew it was time for me to make a change. My defense that I was running was simply not working, so we kind of switched up our scheme. I'll show you guys what we adjusted to as we just open up these Hail Mary packs in the background and pull an 83 overall Mike Vick. But yeah, I'll show you guys what I adjusted to, and I'm switching to more of a man coverage scheme, or at least hoping to. So my team is still gonna need to make some adjustments because I don't think I've got the best players at every position to do so, but we are gonna be switching to man coverage. It is a little bit of an interesting switch. I'm not really gonna be spending as much AP on pass rushers, and instead I'm focusing more on coverage. Obviously, if you guys didn't know, the AP cap increased, like I said, and in my opinion, that's the main reason why this switch happened. The fact that you can now have 12 AP and one step ahead only costs 3 made it much more worth it. I currently have 3 one step ahead corners on my team. As you guys can see, we're just printing coins back here with my weekend league rewards. I would definitely recommend you guys play weekend league. Try and get up to like 10 wins. 10 wins, I believe, is a free 100k. So yeah, be sure to do that and take the quick sells every single time. But let me show you guys my defense right here in a second, and I'll show you guys the changes that we did end up making. So on defense, as you guys can see right here, I do have 3 one step ahead corners: Pat Pete, Marshawn Lattimore, Deion Sanders. The rest of my team is looking solid. I feel like this team and this defense is more constructed to play the scheme that I used to play. I'm definitely gonna need to get better corners. Patrick Peterson isn't gonna cut it. Marshawn Lattimore barely cuts it at cornerback 3. I'm definitely looking to make an upgrade there. Then I actually am gonna be usering with Eddie Jackson now. I've been trying that out just because he does have 95 speed, 96 XL. I'm also considering maybe switching to Minka Fitzpatrick, and I do run a pretty glitchy blitz off the edge here, so what I'm testing is strip specialist on Devin White. Devin White works really well for this pressure that I'm running. I actually will have a no money spent episode on that tomorrow, I believe, which is going to show off that play a little bit, but strip specialist is kind of nice on this card. I'm just testing it out because he is going to be getting a lot of free runs at the QB, and I'm curious if this is going to work, and it's going to work well for me. Now, in terms of upgrades on this defense and players that I like, there's 2 things that I think I desperately need. The first one is a faster user. I was playing weekend league last weekend, and let's say, for example, my opponent was running like double posts or a post and a crosser, which is a really common play that people will run. I'll be able to bag one of them on one side of the field. My user will be running with the other one, and Ronnie Law, Taylor Mays, it doesn't really matter who, he would get cooked every time. I would just not be able to keep up with the player. As you guys can see right here, Eddie Jackson, I believe, is a little bit faster than Ronnie Lott. I could be mistaken. I believe his acceleration is going to be a little better. Let's take a look at Ronnie Lott right here. Ronnie Lott is going to be up to 93 speed, 94 XL, and Eddie Jackson is going to be sitting at 95 speed, 96 XL. So this is a solid user card. I really do want to get Isaiah Simmons because I think he is an absolute animal, and I do think I need some better corners as well. Deion Sanders plays well. Marshawn Lattimore plays nice, but Patrick Peterson is a bit of a liability. So those are definitely some places that I'm looking to upgrade. I think my defensive line is nice. I believe Lawrence Taylor's really good. In the scheme that I have kind of switched to, we have a nice little edge blitz coming off the left side, and then on the right side we've got a QB contain with Lawrence Taylor over there who's going to be able to pass rush, or if my opponent decides to scramble out of the pocket because they are getting pressured, yeah, you're not going to be going far against 95 speed, 98 acceleration. That card is crazy. But yeah, that's what my defense is looking like right here. I'm definitely a fan of it. I'm really testing out this new scheme. I feel like my offense is really good. I can put up points. If I can just play some good defense and get like what, 2 stops a game, I think I'll be totally fine. And I'm trying to get more aggressive on defense because I feel so comfortable in my offense here that I feel like I can afford to get aggressive on defense and try and force a sack or a turnover, or throw in a sack or something like that. So that's kind of what we switched to. In terms of favorite players, I would say that my favorite cards on this defense are Aaron Donald. He plays really good. Deion Sanders plays really nice for me as well, and Eddie Jackson is honestly a beast. You guys know I love Eddie. He's an absolute animal. Those would probably be my top 3 cards that I like on this team. Again, we need a faster user. We need better corners. I just feel like right now the cornerback market is a tough one. There's a lot of cards that are similar, and I do want a really high speed corner because I feel like one step ahead paired with high speed is super glitchy, and Pat Pete just doesn't cut it, guys. Pat Pete is only at 94 speed, 94 XL. I'm considering picking up Rod Woodson. I'm looking at a couple of corners right here, but I'm thinking probably after next weekend league we will be making that switch. Hopefully I can finish with like 18 or 20 wins and get a really nice coin reward, and then I'll be able to basically pay for that card with the player that we get, or we could get a nice corner in the playoff promo. We'll see. But yeah, that's kind of what my team is looking like. In terms of team strategy, my offense is nice. I throw the ball almost every single play. My defense is kind of getting switched up based on what I told you guys. We do have a couple upgrades we need to make on defense, and that's kind of how I'm looking right here, guys. That is how the team is looking. Kind of just wanted to give you guys an update on my squad, the players that I like, the players that I don't, how my scheme is looking, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I mean, if you have any other suggestions for stuff you want me to talk about, I can definitely go over that in the future. A couple of things you guys also definitely have to be doing is, I would say, now is the time to max out your sprinter. If you guys are maybe a really low overall, you don't need to, but for a lot of you that are like a 90 overall, throw sprinter on your entire defense and then put it on your tight end, quarterback, running back, wide receivers. I actually do have it on my offensive line here, but I can probably take this off Brandon Sheriff because we actually do have enough sprinter points. So we'll take that off right there. Try and get it up to 40 out of 40 because you are going to be getting +2 speed, which is honestly really, really nice. It's just so crucial, honestly, to have sprinter at this point in the year. Go deep and balanced defense are what I rock with. I feel like balanced defense is honestly so nice for me. A lot of my players have awesome stats because of it. Everyone is basically a blue overall, and that's what I use to get those blue overalls on my whole team. And then on my defense here, guys, or on my offense, sorry, we're rocking with go deep. You could switch that up to like play fake, which is also a solid alternative. But yeah, that is basically gonna do it, you guys. Also, for those of you that did pick Justin Herbert, he is now at a 93 with 92 speed and 99 throw power. This card is absolutely insane. This card is insane, fellas. He is an absolute animal. If you guys don't yet have that Herbert card, you definitely missed out. I definitely was really trying to persuade you guys to get that player because he's an absolute dog right now. But that's gonna do it for me. Hope you guys have enjoyed this No Money Spent episode on the channel. If you did, leave a like, hit that sub button. I'd be really curious to hear how you guys want me to adjust these videos in the future, so let me know in the comment section. And yeah, until next time, fellas, I'm out. Peace.